So what I'd say, I mean, this is the first time that I've entered the AdMap essay. It's not the first time I've tried, but it's the first time I've successfully got an entrant done. And all I can say is, it's 100% worth the effort to actually, there's always an excuse or a reason to not do it. And I've got a whole Evernote folders full of half-thought ideas and half-written essays from previous years. And that little extra push just to kind of get it written and actually take it over the line is really worth doing. So to anyone who's sort of thinking, God, maybe I'll do it next year, maybe I'll give it a go, just go for it, because what I found writing it is that it's this, everyone will tell you this, but it's this unique chance to sit and actually pull all your thinking together into one place and really articulate your thoughts. Lots of strands of interesting things that you might read. It's that thing of somehow when it solidifies into an essay, it's just incredibly gratifying. I'd say even if you just as an exercise in itself, it's not even about winning. Although obviously you've got to be in it to win it as well. So that's another perk of entering is of course the chance of winning. But just as an exercise in itself, I'd say it's worth doing just to pull all your thoughts together. Another really kind of interesting aspect, and I think that I didn't realise was going to be quite as valuable, is just the number of doors it'll open in terms of people you can talk to and conversations you can kind of kick off. I've been talked to all sorts of people across my company and outside the company as I've been coming up with ideas, developing them, fleshing them out a bit further. And people are always happy to chat if you've got a reason to talk to them about it, and you kind of want to talk to you about my AdMap essay entry. People are always willing to help out. But that's kick-started a whole load of interesting conversations I've had with people that just wouldn't have happened otherwise. So I think just for those two reasons alone, it's definitely worth doing. Aside from that, obviously, if you happen to win, it's enormous fun. I've had a phenomenal time since then, and so that's a definite highlight to it. I guess there's a couple of tips to people thinking about writing an essay, or a couple of things I sort of found about the process of writing it, is that it's really good to try and focus more on what the solution is. It's really fun, and the temptation is always to spend a lot of time outlining a problem. It's really easy to be angry about something or to rail against something you don't like, but trying to actually get it around to being something constructive where you have an interesting solution, I think is a really critical part of writing an essay that works. So I'd also say that's something that's definitely worth doing. I think the thing about the title, and it's always important to find an angle on the title that really gets you interested. And I think the thing with personalisation, I thought it was initially a very difficult topic, and there's a lot to kind of get your teeth into. But when you start looking at it, it's quite a fundamental thing that sits under an awful lot of different sort of marketing dilemmas that people are trying to work with at the moment. So I think finding that interesting take on it, and quite a personal take on it. I think there's bringing it back to how real people react and feel about it. So moving it from being this slightly abstract marketing term into being actually a real marketing term, and how people really interact with it, kind of helped me understand it, and was really interested to get under the skin of that as well.